David, we're not going on an expedition.
What? I've allowed 2 pieces of hand luggage.
Is that everything?
I think so. Money, tickets, passport.
We haven't got time to go back if you've forgotten something. Have you got your iPod?
Yes. We should get some sun cream at the airport.
Please tell me you've locked the front door.
Damn it, I knew I forgot something. I'm kidding. It's locked.
I had a nightmare. Took me ages to get him back down.
You wake me up.
Oh, there's no point in us both having a sleepless night, was there? No, but I slept much. Where did he get those bruises, Daniel? It's not the childminder. I have gone over and over it.
I don't know.
Well, there must be some explanation.
What does that mean? Well, you really want to go through that again?
No, look what you've done. No, it's all right. It's all right. No. It's all right.
We're all checked in. I got an exit row seat, more leg room.
David, can we please change the subject?
Oh, come on. Just imagine the feel of the sand underneath your feet.
Some holiday.
I don't think much of the cabin crew's new uniforms. When all this is over, we'll go on a real holiday, I promise. Wherever you like. Bali, Maldives, white sandy beaches to infinity.
No hospitals, no more rooms like this.
Just you and me.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Please turn off all electronic devices for takeoff and landing. Anyone we know?
No one important.
Daniel, aren't you going to say goodbye to Joe?
Sure you trust me with him?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I don't think. I'm just scared.
I know.
Do you think we should tell her the truth?
We've done nothing wrong. Why give them any ammunition?
Why is this happening?
Come here. We're going to get through this, okay? All right?
This is a message for Dr. Clark. It's Fleur Rogers from Child Protection and Social Services. I need to speak to you urgently regarding one of your patients. Could you give me a call, please, on 07700 912 969? Thank you.
Mental Health Centre.
Can I speak to the practice manager, please?
Sorry, he's not in yet. Can I ask who's calling?
No, don't worry, I'll call back later.
Hello? Are you expecting a call?
No, why?
No reason. What's all this you need of? Are you training for Rio?
No, I'm running to and from work this week. It's only 40 minutes. You want to try it?
Jazz, it was the worst moment of my life. There I was, with hundreds of eyes boring into me. I could feel the sweat trickling down my neck. And then, when I opened my mouth, well, the place just erupted. There was pointing, laughing.
You were that bad?
It wasn't my singing. I'd just been to the loo and I'd got my skirt tucked into my knickers. And they were flesh-coloured knickers. It looked like I was mooning the whole school. And I've had a fear of performing in public ever since.
Maybe you could get hypnosis or something.
No. When Mandy gets here, I'm just going to tell her that I can't do it.
Oh, well, here's your opportunity.
I've been practicing my magic quite a lot, actually.
Really? Pulled any rabbits out of any hats?
Not quite, but I'm working on it.
Mandy, have you got a minute?
Hey, Mum, Mandy tells me you're going to be doing a little song at the talent contest. I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
Look at me.
No.
Is she all right?
Same old faces. Some new ones.
What is the hold-up?
Do you need to shoot off?
No, it's fine.
Mrs. Tembe, hello. What literary treasures do you have on your trolley this morning?
Mr. Muller. Miss Haig, how are you both?
Oh, we're fine, thanks.
I haven't seen you in a while. I was beginning to think you weren't volunteering anymore.
Well, I try to do as many shifts as I can, but sometimes there just are not enough days in the week.
Oh, tell me about it.
Helen has a big new exhibition in Manchester.
David? It's not finalised yet.
Oh, from what I have seen of your work, Miss Haig, I'm sure it will be a great success.
She won't show me any of the pictures. She won't even tell me what the subject is.
Oh, it sounds very intriguing.
If you'd all like to come through. Looks like they're ready for us at last.
Looks like the first time. Can you believe that was us a year ago?
I think I'll go and get a coffee.
Helen, I've never taken it for granted, you know, you being here.
I know.
You don't have to stay. I'll do the usual test. It'll probably take hours.
Okay, won't be long.
Is everything all right?
Fine, thanks. I've got a delivery for you, Mrs. T. That's one thing about having cancer. I've never read so many books in my life.
I meant with Miss Haig.
You don't miss a trick, do you? Something's not right, but she won't tell me what. We're not fighting. We're happy. It's probably the exhibition.
Yes, well, she does look very tired.
Well, she's got a big deadline and she's lumbered with me all the time. But not for much longer, now that I'm on the mend.
Well, that is good news.
Yeah. Everything will be fine, I'm sure.
It's got a mind of its own. May I? There's a knack to it.
Thank you very much.
That's when you know you've been here too often, isn't it? Maybe I should volunteer too.
Oh, you already do.
Yes. Suppose so.
So when does your exhibition open?
2 weeks on Friday. That's if it happens.
Sounds like a lot of hard work.
I don't know, I'm over my deadline. I'm supposed to have presented all the photos to the photo gallery owner by now.
Well, if you need to nip out and do some work, I can always keep Mr. Muller company.
You don't mind, Mrs. Denby?
Of course not. We have our book group.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Denby.
Miss Haig had to pop out for a few hours just to do some work.
Oh, right. Good.
I can sit with you if you like.
You don't need to babysit me. I've got plenty to keep me occupied.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, then I will nip out and get myself some lunch. Now, can I get you anything?
No, thank you. See you later.
Hello. Sorry, mad morning. No, I haven't forgotten. No, just on my way now. See you there.
Yeah, one salad and squash and a chicken wrap, please. Thanks. You sure you don't want a proper drink? We can always go to the pub.
No thanks. Just got a clear head.
Been very difficult to get hold of lately.
Sorry.
Long hours grafting at the studio, I hope.
Yeah.
You are ready for this, aren't you? I need to see a return on my investment, Eleni. I've yet to see a single photograph.
Just a few more days.
We open in a couple of weeks.
I'm still collating everything. I'll give you a preview later if you like. Now, can we please talk about something other than work?
With pleasure.
Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
The surgery's closed until 4.
Yes, I was hoping to speak to the practice manager.
Did you call earlier?
I did, yes. Sorry if I was a bit brusque. I've got a big caseload at the moment. I'm Fleur Rogers from Social Services.
Oh. And Howard, so much to see you.
Hi.
Hello. I'm Fleur Rogers, Social Services. Could I speak to you, please, in private?
Sure. Come this way.
What's wrong, Helen?
Can we just go, please?
Thank you for seeing me at such short notice.
Is this concerning a patient?
Actually, I wanted to ask you about 2 members of your staff, Dr. Carmichael and Dr. Granger.
Oh, I see.
Do you know them well?
Well enough. We're partners together in the practice. Can I ask what this is concerning?
So you know them primarily as work colleagues?
That's right.
Forgive me if this sounds like an odd question, but how would you rate them as doctors?
They're both excellent GPs.
Great, thank you. And with regards to them being partners in the surgery, does that add a great deal to their workload as GPs?
That depends.
Well, let's say worst case scenario, potentially does being a partner entail a lot of extra hours or more paperwork? A lot of extra pressure, maybe?
Well, the extra hours, yes. But neither of them have ever shied away from that. They're both very committed to the practice.
Alex.
What?
Can you just wait until I've taken my coat off?
I was going to wait till later, but this is for you. It's vintage. Cost me an arm and a leg. You don't like it. I thought you liked old things, like me, for example.
It's beautiful.
Like you. May I?
Now I really do feel like your mistress.
Well, you are. Who was that woman earlier? Outside the cafe.
No one. Look, can we just have sex?
That's what you want. Yeah.
Have you got a condom?
What is wrong with you? I've never seen you so uptight. How's your brother? Is he okay? You are allowed to mention the C word, Ellen. The cancer. What now?
There's something I have to do. I'm sorry. The photos to the exhibition are in that locker. I won't be long.
definitely think we should have a Vic and Bob bit where I hit you over the head with various objects.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I thought you were at the mill today.
Nope, I'm on lunch. We're practicing.
Oh, what for?
Carnegie Hall. For the talent show, we're doing a comedy skit.
But I thought it was just solo acts.
No.
Oh, well, thanks very much. Huh? Well, I could have linked in with you two.
I don't really think that would work.
Oh, I see. Too brute, eh?
Well, actually, I think what she means is you're not funny enough. I thought you were going to sing anyway.
Not on my own, I'm not.
Hey, well, you could always put a group together.
Yeah? Who with?
Mrs. T can sing, and Heston says she's got this gospel thing going on.
Really?
Mrs. Tenby. Mrs. Tenby, please.
I have absolutely nothing to say to you.
What you saw earlier wasn't what it seemed.
I only offered to keep Mr. Muller company because I thought you needed to work, not that you needed to go behind his back.
I'm sorry, but please, let me explain.
You cannot explain your way out of kissing another man.
You won't say anything to David, will you?
He is planning an anniversary holiday for you both. Are you aware of that?
He talks about little else.
And at least have the decency to be honest with him.
And did he mention which anniversary we were celebrating, Mrs. Tenby? Our second. We'd only been together 5 months when David was diagnosed, so you see, this hasn't exactly been a picnic for me either.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hollins, isn't it?
Oh, call me Karen.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, what can I do for you?
Can I ask you how well you know Dr. Carmichael and Dr. Granger?
Very well, but they're not here at the minute.
Oh, no, that's okay. Look, I've got a conference call now, but if I pop back in half an hour, would you be free to talk?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Thank you.
I was going to leave him. I had the whole speech prepared. How we'd rushed into things. How I knew we weren't right for each other. Then he was diagnosed. 30 years old and he's got bowel cancer. I didn't have the heart. I care about David a lot, Mrs. Tempe, but I'm not in love with him.
It does not justify seeing another man.
Oh, it's easy for you to say.
Perpetuating a lie makes it worse for everyone. Believe me. What about this other man?
He thinks David's my brother. Some ways it's not that far from the truth.
So you are lying to them both. And yourself.
Oh, we're not having a relationship. And Max is married anyway. What am I going to do?
Maybe you should start by telling Mr. Muller the truth.
Mandy, about the talent contest. Look, Emma, I know you don't want to do it, so why don't you just say so?
No, it's not that. I've had an idea. The Surgical Supremes. Me and Karen as backing singers, and Mrs. T as Diana Ross.
But Mrs. Temby's Simon Cowell. She can't judge and perform. You be Diana!
I don't think so.
Oh, come on. It's not stars in their eyes. Make the song your own, like Simon Cowell says. And anyway, the Supreme songs are dead easy to sing. Set me free, why don't you, babe? Get out my life, why don't you, babe? Ooh. What?
That was really good.
You think?
Yes, especially a cappella. Mandy.
Helen, why the hell have you kept all this locked up in the closet like a guilty secret? It's your best work. This is about David, I presume.
It's all the places we never expected to see together. Consultation offices, hospital wards, operating theatres.
Wrong rooms. That's what we should call it. This is really going to resonate with people. It's going to be huge.
Max. I can't show them.
Why?
Because David's not my brother, he's my boyfriend. I lied to you.
So? It's not like we were going to get a joint mortgage, darling. It was just sex. It's very good sex, I might add.
Life and death, eh? What a combination.
Besides, that's an even better story. A dying lover.
He's not dying.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. You give Joe Public a happy ending. Cue tears for the final scene.
I can't turn David's life into a commodity.
But you already have, darling. And it's brilliant.
I won't show them.
Well, then you can kiss goodbye to our little arrangement. And I can make it very difficult for you to find another gallery.
So you're friends with both doctors outside of work?
We're not best mates or anything, but... You know,
So you've met their son, Joe?
Yeah, I do a bit of babysitting for him now and then.
Oh, recently?
Yeah, recently. Why?
Oh, I'm just trying to paint a picture of them both. How would you describe their parenting skills?
They're great parents.
So you've never observed them having to discipline Joe for any reason?
No. No, he's very well behaved. I mean, I always think that boys are easier than girls. Have you got kids?
Mrs. Hollins, have you ever known Dr. Granger to be violent towards his son?
No. But, no, Daniel loves Joe to bits. I mean, they both do. Why would he? I mean, it's, you know...
So, she wouldn't say what it was about, but they never do they?
No. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Zara.
Have you ever wondered what would have happened if you had not been diagnosed?
Yeah? But you can only play with the cards you're dealt.
Have you ever thought of asking Miss Haig the same question?
Ask me what?
We were just talking about you.
About what?
I was just saying that the last year must have been very difficult for both of you.
Do you mean this isn't how you imagine spending your late 20s? Changing your boyfriend's colostomy bag? Am I missing something? There's a surprise.
Do you have to make a joke out of everything? It's not funny, David.
What isn't?
Can't emphasise enough what lovely people they are, what great parents.
Yes, you said. Thank you for your time, Mrs. Hollins.
Why didn't you say something if you didn't want to be with me?
It's not that simple.
Why not?
She was trying to spare your feelings.
Why? Because I've got cancer. That's the only reason you stayed with me.
I stayed because I care about you. I wanted to see you get better.
But not because you love me. I don't believe this. I've imagined a life with you, Helen. After the treatment's over, it was one of the only things that kept me going.
I've been seeing someone else.
Who?
Does it matter?
It matters to me.
There's no one you know.
Since when?
6 months, I'm sorry.
I want my keys.
I can drive you home.
My keys!
I didn't plan any of this. David, everything that's happened over the past year, I just...
And you think I did? I'm sorry you had to hear all that, Mrs. Tenby.
You have done the right thing.
Doesn't make it feel any better, though, does it?
Thanks for calling me back, Dr. Clark.
Exactly how can I help, Ms. Rogers?
It's about one of your patients.
Daniel Granger. Would it be possible to speak with you about him in person, preferably today?
On what basis?
Well, some concerns have been raised regarding the well-being of his son, Joe, and I need your professional evaluation of Mr. Granger's state of mind.
Ms. Rogers, Mr. Granger is a patient. Anything we've discussed in our sessions is confidential.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you that child protection takes precedence over all other forms of confidentiality. I will need the information, Dr. Clark.
Well, I'm sorry, but you'll have to put your request to my office in writing.
If you feel that's really necessary.
I do.
With respect, Dr. Clark, slowing things down doesn't really help your patient. Okay, thank you.
What the hell?
hell is going on? Why are you here?
I'm just making routine inquiries following up on the case.
Oh, so basically snooping, digging up some dirt.
Sarah.
We have done nothing wrong. We are just two ordinary parents muddling through, trying to make things work. We don't deserve this.
Okay, leave it.
No, Daniel, we work hard. We look after our son. What about all those people who's siring kids all over the place just trying to get extra benefits? Why aren't you persecuting them?
Well, I treat all families the same, regardless of their income or their background.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, I thought that we answered all your questions yesterday.
Yes, you did, and I very much appreciate your help. But as I also mentioned yesterday, there are still some unanswered questions regarding Joe's welfare.
Well, you can just back off.
All right,
I mean it, back off!
Leave it.
Dr. Clay, a vagrant is blocking the entrance. Who are you calling a vagrant?
If she shows her face here again, I will not be responsible.
How else am I going to get my hands on 500 quid?
Not by thieving off me.
I cannot believe we're having this conversation.
I'm trying to help you here. When you had Joe in your grasp, what did you feel?
Blind rage.
More drama tonight on BBC1 as Ronnie